What's up guys, it's TheCasualAussie back again for another Digimon TCG deck profile, and today I'm profiling my Gallantmon Deck Profile. That's right, after pulling 5 Gallantmons and 5 Seraphimons, I am building Gallantmon. I have built Gallantmon, I've tested this deck, and I have to say, I love this deck. I love this deck than I thought I would, more than I thought I would. So yeah, Gallantmon is a pretty interesting deck overall. I don't really have much to say about it. I've had a few test games. Gallantmon has not come up once, I will say that right now. This deck can win without actually going into Gallantmon. But without further ado, let's jump into the deck profile and show you guys what this deck is made of. Starting off with the in training, I play 3 copies of Yokomon and then 2 copies of Koromon. Interesting ratio we have here. Koromon, when attacking an opponent's Digimon, this Digimon gets plus 1000 DP for the turn. Really interesting card. I love Yokomon in this deck because Gallantmon requires your opponent to have cards in their trash to delete their security. So, by having Yokomon to get an extra plus 1000 when attacking an opponent's Digimon, it'll guarantee that I'm essentially attacking over them all the time. Just that extra 1000 is such a nice boost, especially in this kind of deck. And then 2 Koromon, because if you do get all the way up into Gallantmon, that extra 1000 can help you. I do like Yokomon more than Koromon in this deck. I would probably cut 1 Koromon for another Yokomon. In hindsight, I probably should have done that, but hey, I do like the ratio, how it's been working out so far in testing. Anyway, moving on to the rookies, I play 4 copies of Agumon, 4 copies of Guilmon, 2 copies of Monodramon, 2 copies of Biomon, and then 2 copies of the rare Agumon from Booster Set 1.0. You already know Agumon and Guilmon. Agumon give plus 1000 DP during your turn. Guilmon, if your opponent has 5 or more cards in their trash, give plus 1000 DP during your turn. Just nice power boosters for the deck in a deck that, like, Gallantmon is not the best at all in terms of stats, so just having those boosts actually ensure you can get over your opponent's Digimon, even with your ultimates and lower. I'll admit, I'm playing 4 Guilmon mostly because there isn't really anything else I'd rather play more of. Yeah, and I'll take the power boost, and Guilmon is Gallantmon's in a rookie form, so hey, why not play 4 of Guilmon? Then Monodramon, Biomon, 2 of each just to play around Omnimon there. The hard drops for red, as you can probably tell if you've seen a lot of my red deck profiles already. But yeah, these guys, that's really all I have to say about them. If I wasn't so concerned about playing Omnimon against Omnimon, I would definitely cut the Monodramon for more Biomons because I like Biomon more than Monodramon. And then with this Agumon, it's a hard on play effect where you reveal the top 5 cards in your deck, add a tamer among them to your hand, place the rest on the bottom in any order. Does come up a lot, and Gallantmon needs tamers for its effect to work, so hey, being able to search those tamers out, I'll take that any day of the week, and it doesn't hurt to stack up on tamers at all. Anyway, moving on to the champions, I play 4 copies of Greymon, 4 copies of Quadramon, and then finally 4 copies of Dark Tyrannomon. So just the standard lineup from the red deck profile. Greymon gives extra security attack, Quadramon to block, and then Dark Tyrannomon proceeds cheap to evolve into. I will admit, I have been debating whether I like this security attack plus 1 Greymon or the Greymon that gives plus 2k more. And I admit it's tough, especially in this deck, because in this deck you're more prone to attacking into your opponent's suspended Digimon than you are just going straight for their security. So that extra power boost can come in handy, but also I do like Greymon because if you do go for security, you can get extra security check. And as I said earlier, this deck does not need Gallantmon to actually win games, so having that extra security attack Greymon does come up a bit. Moving on to the ultimates, I play a similar lineup to what I did in my Greymon deck. I play 3 copies of Metal Tyrannomon, 2 copies of Metal Greymon, and then 2 copies of Skull Greymon. So Metal Tyrannomon, just big 10k vanilla. Then we have Metal Greymon, when attacking gains 3 memory at the end of the turn loses 3 memory. I do not like this card. If there was something better, I would play something better, but hey, it helps for extension, and Gallantmon is 4 to evolve into, so there's that. I have considered playing 3 Skull Greymon, 4 Metal Tyrannomon, which actually might be the best route to go with if you are building this deck yourself. Just because, yeah, Metal Greymon's memory borrowing effect Red cannot make good use of that memory borrowing effect. It really just cannot. I'll say that right now. It's still my least favorite card to the deck. I would definitely cut it. I think I will cut it after this video. And then finally, onto the Megas. We have 3 copies of Gallantmon, 2 copies of Red Gallantmon, and then finally 2 copies of Volcanodramon. So Gallantmon 3 is all you need. I saw it the perfect amount of time, and even in testing games, I rarely played Gallantmon, so I did not need it at all. This deck can perform without Gallantmon. Gallantmon's more of a win more card, so that's why you only play 3 of it. 4, you'll see it too much. 3 is the perfect number. Red Gallantmon, when digivolving, this guy gains security attack +1 until the end of the turn, and he doesn't check option cards. Really nice card for red. And I honestly would play more of him than Gallantmon, but hey, it's a Gallantmon deck, so I've got to play less of Red Gallantmon. Then Volcanodramon, just a good hard play to deal with Rookie Rush. That's really all there is to him. And he does not hurt to have on board, because I also play 2 copies of Omnimon in this deck. I know this deck isn't really budget, but hey, you can easily cut the Omnimons out for other ties, more rookies, even more ultimates, because this deck is kind of lacking in the ultimate department. Or you can actually put Puppetmon in this deck to help slow your opponent down, because Gallantmon can take a bit of time to go if you're trying to win with Gallantmon. I just love Omnimon. I am using my ult art, as you can see from the Booster Box Lightning, and I love this card. I absolutely love this card. I'm so happy I managed to pull that, because point of getting that box, Omnimon was really the only card I wanted to pull, so I could actually do this a proper version of this deck profile. And now that I've got it, the deck profile is here. Anyway, moving on to the team as I play only a few. I play 2 copies of the Red tie and then 1 copy of the Starter Deck tie. Starter Deck tie just to get a power boost on all your Digimon, and then Red tie Memory Tamer, so just help for memory efficiency, especially since Gallantmon costs 4 to evolve into, which is ridiculous if you ask me. And then if you evolve from in training all the way up to Mega, you get extra security attack. Doesn't come up often, because I've won the games with ultimates more than Megas with this deck. That's really all I have to say about that. And then yeah, just an extra 1000 DP. They activate from the security for free, so why not play them? And they're searchable with the Agumon. I do get one most of the time when I hard play the on-play effect Agumon. And finally, for the final card of the deck, 4 copies of Gaia Force. Does this card need an introduction? No, it does not. It's the best card in red. The best card red has to offer, actually. So yeah, really not much to say about this guy. But anyway, that brings me to the end of the deck profile. If you guys enjoyed this deck profile, please hit that like button down below. Ask me any questions or concerns you have about this or any of my other deck profiles in the comment section below. In the description box below, there's a link to my Twitter, so follow me on there for more updates and uploads. But anyway, I'm gonna get out here for now, so until next time, stay frosty.